There's so
Honestly,
many
and
people paying more than 10 grand a month for their place
to live in the
to
luxury
rent.
lifestyle. This is it.
It's
It's all
unbelievable.
lifestyle.
It's
Everybody
amazing.
wants to buy the lifestyle. Nobody actually can afford
They want
it,
to rent
but
it.
everyone wants to rent it and live in those areas.
Well, what is happening on the ground right
I
now,
can
from
tell you
my
for sure.
perspective?
I can tell you for sure from my perspective that we got a whole bunch more problems coming up next year. There are
Different
still
problems.
millions of mortgages that are going to be renewed. There are
Millions.
still people right now who are literally paycheck to paycheck trying to be able to pay the payments on the loans that they've got right now. Some of them
hmm
aren't even as affected by the rates as you would think they are, but just their situation has changed. They borrowed more than they could handle.
A
Some of
lot
them, it
seem
was
to
the
be,
fact that their rates went up. Then
yeah,
there's a bunch who haven't even renewed yet, so they haven't even started to feel that pressure.
yeah.
Unemployment's rising, so you got people who are still, feeling the pressure because of the change in their income. All that frivolous, like so many people
Yeah.
had this increase in income for 2 years from whatever it was, their real estate sales, their side gig, their bit, whatever it was. And
Yeah.
so then all of a sudden they were like, oh, I should go out and buy this. And I should go out and spend this because I have this great income. Look how amazing I am. And that income's disappeared now,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
side hustles disappeared. And
Yeah.
so there's a lot of people right now who are really, really, really struggling and they're hanging on. And everyone's got this sense of hope. It's just like next year's going to be better. They're lowering rates.
How
If
long
they,
can
if they
people
lower the
hang
rates
on
another
though?
50 basis points in December, everybody's going to be so excited. Oh my
They
gosh.
will
I want to
be.
talk about the commercial market afterwards, but this is just right on the residential side. And that they're all expecting that buyers are just stupid and that they're just going to be going in and paying whatever price they need to. Well, guess what? The buyers have lots of options, and there really aren't a lot of buyers out there. And so sellers' expectations are way off still. That's the truth. The listings that I was able to sell over the last couple of months is because
Sellers'
sellers,
expectations are way
yeah,
off.
sellers' expectations were reasonable, and so they were able to get it sold. But the people who are unreasonable right now aren't getting it sold. I made an offer this week with a client on a property.
Is
We
that
were like,
true though? Because I
we
see stuff
it
about
is.
like bidding
We
wars
were
and
we were in a bidding war that there was five offers. We were like 100,000 over asking. There was people telling they were saying, oh, there's people higher than us, so we just said like whatever, see you later. And then I got an email the next day saying, oh, we didn't sell, but we've relisted it now at $275,000 more than what we had it listed at before.
so
And I
they're
was like, where
using
did that
like
number come?
so,
No, I
but
just
are
the
they?
seller's expectations are too high,
Mhm.
right? Because that house isn't worth that. Like the price that we offered, I think was a little low, maybe a little bit more. Let's say 50 grand more or something like that would be reasonable. But
But
to
it,
add an extra 200,000 onto what we were even offering, or yeah, almost
but
200,000.
nobody like
No,
even no
nobody.
sign back, nothing.
Of,
Like
of,
not
of
even
all those
worth.
five offers, they couldn't put a deal together, so they took it off. So they raised it and took it off the market, put it back on at a higher price.
Are they using that strategy to feel out the market quickly?
No, no.
No,
It's they
just
thought
dumb.
if I list it low and I can get competing bids, then maybe I can get more. It just listen, poor guidance. And so like the sellers that I'm dealing with right
Yeah.
now, I've got the same sort of roadblocks. Like I know, like I'm like, listen, this is where we're listed here. We need to be here. It's not far off. They're all very close. But the sellers are just like, no, we feel like the interest rates are going to help us. No, we can't sell for less or da 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 da. But of course, their situations are all like, we're going to be selling them, so it's not like
Yeah.
we have a choice, but it's just this disconnect between where reality is, where the buyers think the market is, and where the sellers are, that the sellers think it is, that has been out of touch for a very long time.
So, but like we see across the board, like prices are fairly stable. So who's right now? Is the buyer's expectation
Prices are
reasonable?
stable. Remember, prices are stable because of what's actually transacting.
What does that mean?
That means that if you record a sale, then that's the price that they're going to use. But it doesn't take into account what sellers' expectations are. That's what active inventory does. And
Right. Who
inventory is
cares?
not coming down,
Okay.
right?
So
So that's where you
not
look at
coming down at
no,
all? Really?
no. We had a little bit in October, but
I
like I
thought it
tell you
came
right
down a
now,
bit.
that's
Yeah.
not it's not happening like overall on a grand scheme. If you look at the trajectory of inventory this year, it's just been steadily going up. You might have these little tiny adjustments here and there, but by the end of December, you'll look and you'll say, "Oh boy,
Oh
this year was
boy.
getting further and further into a buyer's market."
Well, I guess we'll see what happens. I can't imagine that more rate cuts won't stimulate more. I mean, we saw what
What stimulate
happened.
how? What are they
What do you mean
stimulating? Your
how?
fixed rate is going to be very
Prices are
similar to
still
what it is
coming
today.
down a
You
little
still
bit?
got a 2%
Oh,
stress test. Your variable rate gets affected, but you're still going to be stress test at the prime rate plus 2%, right? So you still have all these different avenues that don't really increase affordability, you know?
I think the answer just really is to get more of these purpose-built rental properties pumped out onto the market. I'm not kidding. I know
That's on the
people are
rental
saying
side.
rents coming down
Rents are
and there's
coming down a little bit. It's a
so many
softening rentals
options in
market.
condos and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. There's going to be people who are going to take a little bit of a hit. And remember, rents are coming down,
But these
but you've
things
also
won't be
got
built for two,
condos.
3 years.
I know, but you've also got brand new condos renting at record high rents because they're brand new. So people are like, "Oh, it's brand new, so I'm willing to pay more."
Yeah.
Right? So you got to remember that rents have actually come down much more than you think. Probably an average place would be more than the, couple percent that they're claiming,
Well, I don't know because
right? Like a
those places,
10-year-old place.
I doubt the older places are even in competition with these new things. So it's like all
They
the
always are. It's
new
all connected.
crazy pricing is starting to come down. The old shit at lower prices has got to be staying the same or really close.
It's got pressure on it downwards too. Once they
Pressure
start
on it
changing things,
downwards too. I
but yeah,
mean,
once they
maybe
start
that
changing
stuff has
things with
more pressure actually because there's more people looking for that price point.
the foreign students is a big factor. You've got a little bit more optimism in the market, so sales in real estate's going up a little bit. So there's gonna be people now who are gonna say, "Hey, let's wait until we can buy again." Right? You've got a lot of different like
I
swings
got to
that
think
are
that
different.
people,
There was a point there where no one wanted to buy, and we had this huge amount of temporary foreign workers, foreign students, and people who and new Canadians. So that really offset the rental market, and that scenario, that situation doesn't exist anymore.
right. And then
That's
all the
changed
people that you're going
dramatically.
to turn into permanent residents probably can't afford half of the shit that's available anyways.
They're not stupid. The people
No, they're
getting
not
like
dumb, but
permanent residency, like
they're not.
these people are stacking up with their friends and family, like left, right, and center, or
Mhm.
their husband or wife or whatever it is. Like they're not going out and renting
I
some
hope with the
luxurious
husband and
condo
wife.
somewhere. How
I
many
don't know.
people could
I
really do
see
that?
the
That's the
craziest
Canadian
rents.
people with good income who normally could be going into the housing market, but instead they're like, I'll go and rent a $3,000 a month condo
TK.
in Markham.
Last week, okay, there was a condo in the Four Seasons that rented for $20,000 a month.
Yeah, it's a
Rented,
nice
not
place.
not like no. 20,000 even for there is fucking crazy. And this was, hold on a second, I gotta just sort this quickly. $20,000 a month, which was down 1,300 bucks a month from the last time it was leased. Okay, for 2,500 square feet. And this is in a building where, like, I mean, somebody owns that unit. This is not like a rental building, right? So you
Sure.
can go rent the place for 20 grand a month and get
2,500 square
renovicted
feet. So
by
it's
the guy.
probably a $5 million, $4 to $5 million condo.
It doesn't matter.
But
It's
if you own
that
a
people are
four to
paying
five a
this
million
shit.
dollar condo, you need 20 grand a month in
I
order to be
know.
able to justify one of the
Here,
maintenance fees 2 grand.
but check this one out. So this
Yeah.
one, 16K a month, down 4,000 bucks a month from the last time it was leased. Okay, for
Yeah.
3,250 square feet. But
Yeah.
it's still 16 grand a month in some like the buildings. I've been in this building. It's actually
I'd love to
another
see the tenant
hotel.
profile,
It's, can you imagine?
right?
Okay, we
I'd
got
love to just see the
another one,
tenant profile. Just be like, let me see why you are renting a place for 20 grand a month.
right?
Yeah.
But
Like,
like
what's your
there's
job?
so
What other
many
properties do you
TK.
own?
There's so
Why is it
many.
you're not buying? But
There's so
honestly,
many people paying more than 10 grand a month for their place
to live in the
to
luxury
rent.
lifestyle. This is it.
It's
It's all
unbelievable.
lifestyle.
It's
Everybody
amazing.
wants to buy the lifestyle. Nobody actually can afford
They want
it,
to rent
but
it.
everyone wants to rent it and live in those areas.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you got anything from one of these clips. And if you want to see some more, press something on the screen here. Boom.
That was good.
That
That was
was
good.
good. That was good. I like that. That was good.